And we're back with the And Go podcast with Brian and Bill. Sadly, Mike has to work on this last minute top 10 list. This week, we're going to be counting down the best, air quotes, remakes out there. Do you want to start us off, Bill?
All right. Let's see. I guess to extend on our zombie theme from last week, why don't we go with Dawn of the Dead?
Yep, that's another one. Probably the only one that I would have said was a better remake. Day of the Dead sort of sucked. Original one sort of sucked, but somehow the remake was even worse. Same thing with the original Night of the Living Dead. They made Barbara even more hysterical. But let's not get on that gravy train. I'm going to have to go with also two remakes of horrors. Even though I have not seen the original, they are there. I assure you that. Both The Fly and The Thing had original movies, and they turned out excellent. I think 80s was just the era to really re-envision some of the older horror themes. 80s was just a great time for horror. Made a bit cheesy, but that's what made it so creative.
Totally agree with both of those. Let's see. Yeah, both of those were excellent movies in the 80s. I think Goldblum did a really good job with The Fly. It made it grittier, gorier, and took it in a different direction. I think it was a really good, like you said, reimagining of it. I really like The Thing. I didn't see the original, but I did like the 80s one.
And we might as well throw in I Am Legend, because technically Vincent Price was in The Last Man on Earth, which was the adaptation of the I Am Legend novel.
Okay.
That can make this list. It's going to pop up there a lot. Thank God we're moving on to video games next week. Going to have I Am Legend every week on every list somehow. Too bad we can't include Shaun of the Dead in this one.
Right. Let's see. How about Planet of the Apes?
Oh,
Because it was redone. There was of course the original grouping of movies, and then they redid the one with Mark Wahlberg, but then they rebooted it again with the three movies that were most recent.
yeah. I mean, I didn't see them, but I heard they were good.
Yeah, I actually really liked them, and that was kind of also a tie-in with the whole virus thing, because I think in the new movies it was
Yeah, they got
like
rid of the humans with a virus or something like that.
yeah, it was like it was an experimental drug for Alzheimer's, and it mutated within the apes that they're testing it on, and it became like a deadly virus for humans. Yeah,
You
if I remember
goddamn
right.
dirty apes, you'll blow it up. You take another pick, Bill?
How about Chris Nolan's Batman? I'm not going to say that they were better, because I think that they're on par with the 80s versions, but I would say that they were a good remake or adaptation.
Yeah, we're calling this remakes, but there's really not a
Or
lot that you can
reboot,
actually
I
say.
guess. Yeah, I would say I would call it a reboot.
Something that won't be on the list is Ghostbusters 2016. Not as if I wanted to watch it.
Yeah. What do you think? Should we include that?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll take liberties with this remake. There's so many stinkers out there. I can't think of anything that truly surpassed the original without being different.
Yeah. True Grit was another one. I actually have seen both. That was kind of in the same category as Batman. I think that both the original and the remake were both good. So.
Well, supposedly The Departed and True Lies were remakes, but I'd
Yeah, I've
never
heard that-
seen
yeah.
either one of those originals. Both those were
Me
excellent
either.
movies. Somehow, I actually like Arnold Schwarzenegger doing comedy roles. I even like Jingled All the Way in a sort of groaning,
clever.
cringy way.
Just want to Total Man doll. Right?
Yeah, seeing him fight. But I was also a fan of The Last Action Hero that got a lot of flack.
Yeah. All right, so True Lies, you said?
Yep, that's technically a remake.
I
Oh,
have heard that The Departed was a remake, but I've never seen the original.
neither have I. True Lies supposedly was a remake of a French film.
Oh, okay.
And, of course, I can't actually not mention the remake of Yojimbo and um, Seven Samurai, both uh, Fistful of Yen. No, sorry, Fistful of Dollars. I think they
That
did.
would have been a good fistful of yen. Right.
They. I'm pretty sure I've heard that title before. I don't know where, but a Fistful of Yen was sort of making fun of the fact that a lot of Hollywood's ripped off a lot of the samurai flicks.
And Magnificent Seven.
Yep.
Now, you're talking about the original ones made, what, the
Yes.
70s? Okay. 60s, 70s.
Yeah, I think even The Good and Bad and the Ugly had a remake. I think wasn't that a remake of something?
Um, I think so. I couldn't pinpoint what it is, but I think so.
I don't think we can. We can do it then. We can't confirm it unless you want to looky uppies.
'Cause I know Magnificent Seven was just remade again
Okay.
here recently.
Then there's the horrible Hateful Eight, supposedly, which was
Yeah.
almost a weird version of that.
Yeah, I didn't like Hateful Eight. I did
Neither
like
did
the
I.
remake of Magnificent Seven. That not everybody seemed to like it, but I thought it was pretty good. I just, but I did not like Hateful Eight.
Okay.
All right, well, we're building a pretty good list. What about Ocean's 11? I think we
Oh, of
mentioned
course,
that
yes. Ocean's
before.
11 is a remake, and that definitely is worth putting on.
And it goes in that same category again. Like, it was a good remake. I wouldn't say that it was necessarily better. It was just different.
Yeah.
I'm a big Rat Pack fan, so
Well, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of the Sinatra and Huey Lewis in the News, whatever. Yeah. I know that's not the. There was the guy who looked like the rat in the Rat Pack.
all right. Well, we've got 12 so far.
Okay, we're good with that. I can't think of anything else that stands in my mind. Can you?
To be honest, most remakes I don't care for, so it's a little difficult for me to come up with
Like the
ones
Psycho
that I think were.
remake. Oh, Vince Vaughn as
Yeah, I never saw
Norman
it.
Bates. That was hilarious. It was bad, but hilarious. Any director
Yeah,
trying to imitate Hitchcock is going to have a tough time. He had limitations in his generation that if Hitchcock was around today, I don't know if he would be so popular, but him doing the work he did when he did it is what made him such a big name. I don't know if he would be a brilliant director today. I don't know, but just him and his time.
yeah. Okay, all right. Well, we can run with this list. It's our most concise list yet, I guess. But why don't we run with it?
Okay,
So it
run
looks like
away.
we'll have our 10 and a couple honorable mentions here. So,
I
all
think
right. So far we have The Departed, Fistful of Dollars, Magnificent Seven, Ocean's 11, True Grit, Dawn of the Dead, The Fly, I Am Legend, The Thing, Planet of the Apes, and Chris Nolan's Batman and True Lies.
okay. I think Ocean's 11, Dawn of the Dead, because that was Edgar Wright, correct?
You got me, to be honest. It sounds
Okay.
familiar, but
Yeah, I would put them at the top of the list.
yeah, Dawn of the Dead was kind of my pick for possibly for number one.
Yeah, I mean, it stood out among stinkers. It was well done. It was innovative. And personally, I didn't really like The Dark Knight Returns that much. I liked it,
Hmm.
but the only one of the Nolan trilogy that was The Dark Knight that really stood out
Oh
as
yeah,
fabulous.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
They at least skipped the whole. they reiterated Batman Returns. I mean, how many times did they? Was that the second reboot?
Movie wise,
Yeah, I mean, it got rid of the Batman and Robin schlop.
I mean, I get it depends on whether or not you count each time they changed Batman's. I don't
Yeah,
know if they changed universes when they did that, but I know because there's Batman, Batman Returns, and then they went Batman Forever, and
I actually
um,
like Batman Forever. I
yeah,
mean, it wasn't the best Batman. It was the villains, although very they went in the cheesy direction with Batman and Robin. They went too cheesy. There's a
yeah,
certain amount of cheese, I think, and they just overplayed that. Batman Forever had the right amount of cheese to actually be good, but it
yeah,
was really weird since it came off of the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman.
yeah. I liked Jim Carrey as the Riddler. A lot of people really pour on a lot of hate for that, but I thought that was a pretty good choice. If you're talking about, like you said, the kind of campy,
The tone.
yeah, comic book
And Tommy
Batman.
Lee Jones was a great companion as Two Face in that
Yeah,
series. I mean, it had the right cast for just a slightly campy tone without going overboard. And George Clooney, really, how did he fail Batman? He was such a fail Batman. You can see him as Bruce Wayne. I don't know how he failed so hard in that.
he even apologized for that. He was like, I thought I killed Batman."
Oh. Luckily,
So
The Dark Knight rose, but I still can't put that as the top remakes compared to Keaton. I mean,
yeah,
Keaton is
no, I
also
agree.
another person I did not think would play a good Batman, but he did.
You talking about the
Michael
original?
Keaton,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Oh, there was outrage about him being cast in the role, but he did a very good job.
Yep. And
So
George Clooney
okay, so we
failed.
got Dawn of the Dead at number one. Is that where we're going?
Sure.
All right, so I got number one here, and then we've got. You said you wanted Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11 was quite a
Okay,
phenomenal movie.
okay, we'll go at number two with Ocean's 11. Let's see.
Let's make all the westerns like sort of the meat of this,
Okay.
because they were all fairly good. Although I like the original ones, Hollywood did simply has better production value, better actors than Japan. So these were
Hmm.
worthy contenders. In the Western, it's amazing. Well, I'm pretty sure Japan stole the aesthetics of the samurai movies from old westerns. It's sort of a
Back and forth kind of thing.
yeah, a yin and yang thing. So Japan just created more timeless stories that Hollywood were able to reuse. They did the
Hmm.
stories better. They didn't come up with them, but they did them better.
Hmm.
So I
All
think
right.
all those movies are going to sort of be lumped in the middle. What do you think is the worst?
The like coming in at 10,
Yeah,
or
10
like
or
to put
9.
it honorable mention.
No, let's do 10 and 9. What do you think was good enough to be. Yeah, let's
Um.
knock out the ones that we don't like the most.
Well, let's see. I guess True Lies can be an because I have no idea about the source material or the original movie.
Yeah, I guess honorable mention for that.
Okay.
That leaves us with one more to knock out.
And let's see. I mean, I don't know much about the original Thing or I Am Legend.
Yeah, let's not have I Am Legend 2 list in a row. Honorable mention for that one.
Okay.
I mean, I did actually see the original Last Man on the Earth, and I think he actually did better than Will Smith. The movie was much worse,
Hmm.
but I'm pretty sure it was Vincent Price. It was one of those big actors back in the day. He
Okay.
did a pretty good job in that, so not. The story was better in I Am Legend, but I think the main character was stronger with who I'm considering Vincent Price. Also, another fun fact, I'm pretty sure I heard 12 Monkeys was a remake. And I
Hmm.
apologize for confusing. Brad Pitt was in that movie, but he wasn't the star.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
getting that
He was in
confused
it
with
though.
World War Z in my head for some reason,
Oh, okay.
because the whole subject matter. But he was in the movie.
All right. Let's see. You want to put in Batman as 10 then?
Yeah,
Since,
it was a decent remake if we want to consider it that. It's sort of tenuous already on this list.
yeah, I guess we could do Planet of the Apes. We'll do at 9.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. And let's see. Where do you want to put the Departed?
Let's put that at 8. It was good, but we haven't
Okay.
seen the original.
Yeah, I mean the movie was fantastic. I just have no idea about the original to be able to say it was a better remake or whatever.
I feel bad. I'm thinking, just because of my personal preference, I want to put 3 and 4 as, 3 as the
The
thing,
Fly. I would put
and
okay, yeah,
4 as the fly.
yeah. I was gonna say the Fly and the Thing, but
But that's my
which
personal preference. Do you think any of the westerns actually beat out either one of those?
um no, no. I think that's good. Which one do you want at 3? The Fly or the Thing?
The thing I think was better.
Okay.
Both of them were dynamic films, but I think the cast, as I said, Jeff Goldblum is a weird cast for me, just like with Will Smith.
Mhm.
It's a weird cast. Sometimes it worked. It worked in The Fly, but the thing wasn't that. I think it was Kurt Russell. The whole movie just had more characters. I think
Mhm.
the actors just put it ahead slightly.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere. The Fly was a weird atmosphere, and the thing was just dreadful, suspenseful horror
Mhm.
with a bit of comedic things in it. It's got one of the memorable things that have been made fun of in pop culture: the test to see who's the monster, the blood test.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rick and Morty definitely done that. I'm
And
sure
didn't
it's.
they? What was the name of that movie with Elijah Wood with the aliens? Like it's kind
Yep,
of a
The Faculty. They
the
also did
Faculty.
that
Yeah,
also.
with the drug. Yeah.
Yep,
Yep.
it has
That was
that
kind
moment.
of a adaptation or a reboot of or a remake of
Body Snatchers.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's been redone also. I mean,
yeah.
you could also consider the Stepford Wives remake.
Yeah, that
But
was a remake. Yeah.
we got enough horrors, and I think The Fly and The Thing are better representative of
Yeah.
the horror remakes.
The horror. The
I'll just be
horror.
lucky I didn't try putting one of the Grudges because I didn't like any of those.
Yeah, not a fan.
Sorry.
All right, so go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say a lot of these remakes of Japanese horrors don't interest me. I don't think they cross very well into our culture.
All right, so we're down to our westerns. We have True Grit, which would probably be my pick for the 5 spot, and then Fistful of Dollars and Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm sort of ambivalent on True Grit. I don't know what. I can't quite recall it. I know I've
I mean
seen it.
the original one was good, with the Duke, but then they remade it here. I guess it's been probably about 10 years now, something close to that. I don't know, 7-8 years. Um, and that was with oh goodness, why am I blanking on his name? Guy from the Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's not that memorable. Something Quaid?
Jeff
No.
Bridges.
Jeff Bridges. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I get him mixed up with a Quaid, one of the Quaid brothers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jeff
So,
Bridges,
but
Randy Quaid. I think I get those two confused a
yeah,
lot. Okay,
he
I'll
did
go
a
with
really
your.
good job.
I'll go with your. My memory of those movies aren't very good. I remember Fistful of Dollars was actually probably my favorite out of them, but the whole anti-hero, the whole setup.
Okay, so go with
But
the Fistful of Dollars at number 6.
sure.
And number 7, Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, fit in place for that one.
All right. Well, we have our list.
Okay.
Let me run through it.
Drum roll first. And go, Bill.
All right. Coming in at number 10 for Best Remakes, Christopher Nolan's Batman series. See, at number 9, we have the new Planet of the Apes trilogy. At number 8, we have The Departed. At number 7, Magnificent Seven. At number 6, we have Fistful of Dollars. Number 5, we have True Grit. Number 4, we have The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. And number 3, we have The Thing. And number 2, we have Ocean's 11, the new one with George Clooney of the series. Let's see. And our honorable mentions are True Lies and I Am Legend. And coming in at number 1, Dawn of the Dead.
Okay, well, not our greatest list ever, but they're remakes, okay? Someone had to make this horrible list. It might as well be us. I mean, the
Maybe
best
we'll
of the-
remake the list next week.
Oh, God. Yeah, stay tuned. Oh, thank you for joining us. And look out for that remake of the top 10 remake list in the future. Tell us how bad of an idea all these ideas are in the comments. And take care no matter what time of day you're at. Bye.